Hello, everyone. We are live. It's your girl Montique, Dr. Joy PhD, and Callie. She gonna chat about it. We are here, and I'm Baptism Barbie because they didn't show Tish getting baptized, but that's in my head for a while. Um, so we are here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 25. Child, a stormy is brewing. So, gonna tell our opinion, but it's solely our opinion, entertainment purposes only. Allegedly is our favorite word, and we're gonna rate the episode, and then we're gonna get into it. Did I say everything was supposed to? Like and subscribe. I didn't say that.
I thought I just got a notification of our show for the very first time ever.
That's your first time, yay! Because
Yes.
you used to didn't get them, so good.
If you subscribe, did you subscribe to our page?
And she wasn't getting them.
Yeah, I've never got that. Well, yeah, I'm subscribed to everything we got.
Yeah. So anyway, we go off on tangents that time. So like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Okay. We need a lot of likes. We want y'all to start making some money. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's rate the episode, and I'm going to share it out to some groups. How would you go? Go, Callie.
I would rate this a 7. Oh, I enjoyed the show.
That's good for you. I'm proud of you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
All right, Joy, are you able to rate it?
Yeah, I'm thinking about a 7.5. I'm pretty. Yeah, I thought it was a good show. It kept me. I wasn't bored.
Yeah, I think it was a 7.5. I really enjoyed it. Tori gives it an 8. Hey, Marsha. I'm gonna start calling you that.
Oh God.
I think it was really good. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all missing the Scotts at all?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I did miss Maurice and Kimmy for some reason. Maybe I missed them because I had watched 2 seasons ago the reunion when they when Mel was forced to talk about that fellatio. I watched that right before this season's episode, or this, Anyway, so I did miss Kimmy and Maurice for some reason. But that was it.
I didn't really. So what do you all think that not the Scotts, who was that? You did not miss them. Okay. Wow. I didn't miss them. I really like the Fletchers, and I feel like they are anyway, let's do our chapstick moment of the week, and then we'll get into it. So our chapstick moment of the week for everybody to come in, and we just doing a little brainstorming, little icebreaker for everybody to come in. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. I think you're first time, maybe. We're going to talk about Cassie and Diddy real quickly. Let everybody come in, then we're going to get into Huntsville. So, what do you think about this situation with them? It was a lot.
Oh boy, when I got home and saw that, I had been gone most of the day. I got home, logged onto Instagram, and I saw that, and I thought, what? I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked. But then when I started reading a little bit of her court papers, I thought, well, this is definitely stuff we've heard before. But I was shocked to hear it from him and Cassie. She carries a good I'm lying face.
Mm-hmm.
She has a face that will tell a different story. So I thought it was very sad. Very, very, very sad. Very sad.
So she was suing him for $30 million. And he settled in a day. Now, what does the settlement mean? You're guilty, though, in your opinion, in our opinion only.
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, we know what the court says, but in my opinion, there is a lot of truth to what she said. Because now, well, first of all, it's probably important to know that just because he settled in one day, it was one day to us, but they had been talking about this for a while.
Yes.
So, but still, one day it's out there, the public knows about it, and then you decide to settle when you could have stopped and settled before it even hit the public.
Do you think that he didn't think that she would go through with it?
Yes. After 13 years of alleged, abuse or whatever. I don't know if we can say that. But yeah, he thought, well, she hasn't done it yet. Why now?
I don't know what I mean.
That doesn't sound like extortion to anybody.
Not when it's true. If it's true.
So a lot of people were wondering why she waited so long.
Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear Slim? What was his name?
Slim
Thug?
Thug. I
Yes.
Yeah.
thought that was ridiculous.
I
But
actually agree somewhat with it.
did you
So,
agree
do you agree
with
with?
Paula?
I'm not gonna say that I agree with the timeline.
Did
Like
you
he
agree with
felt
Paula
like,
too?
just to tell you what he said, Slim Thug felt like um he felt like if you didn't tell what happened immediately, then you shouldn't be able to come back, 15, 20 years and say this happened to me. Now I'm suing you for it. That was his argument. And then he continued on, and this is the part I do agree with. He was basically saying that, what was he saying? I just went
I didn't
completely
watch
blank.
it. I don't know.
He was basically saying that it Cassie's life didn't go the way that she wanted, that she decided to go with her heart. And she went with this dude who was a trainer. And they sitting up in this apartment. Life ain't working for them. And you watching people who you used to schmooze with move in an upward trajectory.
You
So
agree with that?
when you sitting up here soaking, I'm just telling you what he's saying.
Right.
And I kind of agree with this part. And when your life can go that way, now you're saying, no, you did XYZ to me. It's 15 years later. Like, in a way, of course he settled that case because we're in a cancel culture. If he
Yeah.
had not settled that, he shouldn't have let it go that far. I agree with you on that too. But you're in a cancel culture. People will be saying hashtag surviving P. Diddy.
Yeah, surviving Diddy. They already doing it though.
Now, with all of that
Yes,
said,
they
let
are.
me say this. I have to say this. I watched in real time when that Negro, yes, I said Negro,
Ain't nothing
Ninja,
wrong with Negro.
had
We
that
Negroes.
show on MTV or
Making the
VH1,
band.
whatever, yeah. And the arrogance of him
Yes.
to tell those young kids to go across town to get him a specialty cheesecake and be back and to do these. He did some things that made me think he would do some of the things that she accused him of. So I'm not saying that P. Diddy, that she's lying on him. I'm not saying that. But it does appear very opportunist like for her to be coming out at this point in her life. And I'm not saying that you don't deserve. It's just like those women, although he ain't had no money, with R. Kelly, they weren't
Lisa
getting
Girl.
anything.
Okay, well, and Lisa Girl kind of said exactly what I was gonna say in so many words. Spend time with somebody who's been through that. Go to some of these abuse centers and hear it out. Sometimes, when you read everything that she spoke about, that ain't something you want to be quick to come out and tell the world that you were doing these things with all these paid prostitute guys. That's not something you want to hear about. You got beat so bad, allegedly you got hurt so bad that they had to, make you up and send you away to Hawaii and do all these alleged things until you heal. Spend a little time in abuse centers. And I don't know if I've ever said this before, but see that stuff as a child. You would not be so quick to say 15 years you might not be telling the truth.
Yeah, they're saying that. I heard that too, that she was supposed to be writing a book. This is all alleged, is what we've heard.
Yeah.
And he offered her, I think it might have been $8 million or $5 million. And that's when she said no, and she did the $30 million. Now we don't know what they settled for. I'm thinking at least 15. At least, at minimum. I'm
sure it's an NDA in there. I'm sure that's in the middle of all of that. So she probably never know unless it has a time limit on it.
And
they said the NDA doesn't apply when it's been like life-threatening type of things that have happened. The NDA takes a back seat, they say.
But she asked for 30, so you think it was 60 million?
He's thinking she got more than she asked for.
If she got 60 million, honey. Okay. That's a lot.
And so then in addition to Slim Thug, there was that Paula Jive girl, the girl from Getting Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Yeah. Paula Jive.
I don't know. That Slim Thug is the guy that sang with Beyonce checking on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you like what you see. Yeah.
And that Paula chick.
Work up on it. And the only reason why I know that because that's the only Slim Thug thing
amount of
that
money
I ever own.
Yeah, she requested 30 million, but Monty, did you say
I
somewhere?
don't know if she got double 30.
Yeah,
And he was on that show with Nene.
Yeah,
Okay.
the college.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna have to go to Huntsville because we've been 10 minutes in almost. I will say, I hope if she did go through this, I really hope that she's getting some healing because money ain't gonna heal a lot. It was a civil case and not a criminal case, so all she was gonna get anyway was money. So her settling, a lot of people like she didn't tell what he did. She should have made him say on the stand. She was just gonna get money anyway. So the outcome was going to be money. It wasn't going to be him going to jail.
That's why I was saying the average person would go to court for a criminal. Like if that was, if money wasn't, that's why I said it feels like extortion to me. Had she gone to the police and he figured out a way to try to shut her up, I still would have thought it was about money, but I kind of would get it a little. She went straight. She's trying to get money. That's her goal.
She got
they said the cops were
That's
involved.
why Slim Thug
the cops said they were not.
Yeah, the cops said they were not, which makes me think they were, and Diddy did whatever he could do to get it to not show that way.
Yeah, they're saying that they wouldn't even. And I'm gonna tell you, I work with police. The PIOs will never. That's public information, Harvard would never admit that. Right. So that whoever said that as a PIO, they either didn't do their job right, they're probably fired, or they're lying for clout. You will never talk about a case that's open ever. So it's like against the law.
And had no justice like she did.
Yeah, it's like you could get in very big trouble for that. So anyway, so Cassie, we hope that you're healed. He's having you be with white nails so you can have these big black men with big black penises.
Yeah, I've been hearing good stuff, and that's something else. These younger girls, I'm telling you, these young girls think they can really get over on a dude because they young. And when you only have your private parts to offer, that's how they treat you. You thinking you getting over, but he old enough and lived enough to know he definitely getting over.
So why do you think they stay? Like the girl that was on Tasha.
Because for clout and money and recognition.
So, let me finish the question though. The girl that was on Tasha K talking about everything that she went through. She said she experienced her first bout of the alleged abuse very early on.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me, and obviously, yeah, you stayed with somebody that treated you like that because of who they are?
Yes. Absolutely.
That's my point. And so there are
really
some people out there. And that's really, really sad. But maybe the difference is that girl never took him to court or jail or anything like that. So some people might say, well, she's lying. How come she didn't do what Cassie's doing? You never know. There's different things going on out there. But I have not all the time, but 99% of the time, I am always on the side of the girl making the claims.
I have real talk. We're old enough to be able to look at Diddy. Do you really think he, in real life, if he was some regular dude on the street, working at the post office, he could pull a 22-year-old Cassie?
Not with his looks, no, but he has a nice personality. He's very
he seems arrogant as his ego was like, I watched the show, but I remember I would never want to be around him.
Some of us like
the
that
kind of disposition not to tell you are a-hole. I don't have that disposition. And he seemed like he was an a-hole. Nothing about him, like for real, that was arrogant. He was flashy in a Donald Trump kind of way.
Well, they say that she was on ketamine, GHB.
Yeah, that's
like a whole bunch of drugs, alcohol.
I couldn't report it. But I loved me some Sean P. Diddy Combs. Girl, I was crazy about him. Until I started watching Making the Band with Danny Duquesne.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get on to the show because this was a long chat stick of the week. We normally ain't going this long, but it was a lot, and we praying for her. Okay, so let's get to the show. I will say this: we did not talk about Nell's food last time. Did it look good? Would you eat it?
I didn't even notice her food. I just
I
was.
ain't either.
Oh,
I don't remember
so
nothing.
You
pretty.
must have been
This time I
hungry. You
looked, it was
hungry?
looking good.
Now, what I was looking at was her kitchen. I was tripping off
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
What was it?
her furniture pieces were very big and gaudy,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Was
very
Oh,
Italian like. I liked her. Her house looked bad, and when they went
mhm.
outside, I said they showed the whole outside
like
of
yeah,
the person across the street. I was like, dang, how big is their house?
their house is big.
And what's funny is, my husband was watching. I said they probably bought that house 15 years ago for $300,000.
Right.
And that's worth millions. Okay, so we did ask a question. I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask it again because we have more people on. Did you miss the Scots? We have a few people saying they did not. Lisa, I didn't show yours. She did not miss the Scots. The Fletchers changed the show in a better direction. So, do you like the Fletchers for the show?
Yes.
Yes. Callie, what about you? She's not talking. Okay, I'll do. I like them for the show. I really think that they're going to replace somebody. Maybe Tiff and Lou. I'm not sure who.
Did y'all see that
Okay.
cliffhanger for next week? It kind of looked like
Yeah.
Lou is waving the white flag.
Yep.
But I mean, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think the Scots that I'm talking about, Tisha and Marceau,
Okay.
you think they refuse to film or something?
No.
No.
Marcel ain't refusing to film on nothing.
No. You think so?
I think so.
About
Because
what?
they're not in 2 episodes. They have never not been in an episode.
But that's productions. Even if they didn't want to film at that time, if they want them in the scene, they're gonna throw them in because you know they don't care if it flows on this show.
No, I mean not. Oh, that's true, but
Honey,
I think they want it. I do think they really want to make this Marceau cheating a storyline, and I don't think they are down for that in any kind of way. I don't think they're entertaining, and I think.
but then they
the-
go on
But
to
they're a
make
little
it.
bit too late
Wait a
for
minute.
that.
I think the punishment and the pushback because they're refusing to do scenes outside of just them. I think they're punishing them by, well, not punishing them. They're just not filming them. I
Oh, now
really
I get
think,
that. I thought you were saying that they were saying they didn't want to be filmed. You're saying that production
yeah.
just didn't. Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Mhm.
they're refusing. They
Yes.
probably are like, we'll film
I
some
agree.
with just Kimmy or just so I
Yeah.
think they're refusing to film outside of this thing because they don't want to have this as a storyline at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. They probably got tired of Tisha walking out of a scene. I think so. Yeah, absolutely. I
And
agree with
when
you.
my husband was rewatching, I wanted to say this, watching the episode, and the end was on, and Tisha and them was in their dance class or whatever, their stretch class, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
David
Mhm.
was like, now mind you, my husband does watch it in and out. He don't straight sit down and watch the show, but he watch it in and out. He was like, why is she laughing? She likes this. He was talking about Mel. He was like, why is she laughing like that? Is that the camera stuff you be talking about? I said, I don't know. Mel was enjoying watching Tisha very uncomfortable.
Yeah, she probably was,
Enjoying
giving her a little bit back of what she was getting.
Yeah, she was.
Because
He
Tisha
was like,
clearly
why is she
enjoyed
grinning
seeing
like that?
herself.
Yeah, he picked up on stuff. Something else he picked on, I just wanted to mention is it was something about Latrice from Bell Collective. I've been watching this show for 3 seasons. He picked up in one episode. He said, that girl is real aggressive. Why she do her neck like that? She knows she bucking. I said, that's what it is.
Oh, I don't watch
That's
Bill
why
Cosby.
like she bucks. When she
I didn't
talks,
notice.
she
I didn't
bucks.
notice that. I guess.
It's interesting how men see reality shows. Like they really do see them a little bit different than we do.
I don't watch Bill Cosby. I don't remember Mel laughing either, but she probably was.
Yeah,
All right.
He noticed. He was like, "Well, I even rewound it."
Well, you know,
Like,
when we'll talk about this at the end, the Fletchers, if y'all watched the Carlos thing with them, that was really good.
It was
So
really good.
let's talk about them. They talked about Lance, isn't it? So we got, honey, somebody on our YouTube tried to act like we didn't know what we was talking about, and Callie had to fix it. I was nice. I was like, if you think we wrong, come on here and tell us to our face.
Why be
That's what I
nice?
said.
I don't understand the
Yeah,
niceness.
But
Go ahead, say
Callie
what
is
happened.
gonna do a video proving that they're wrong.
What did he say that we was
Okay, so
wrong
here's
about?
So they
what
were
this
trying to act like
person
we didn't know.
said. And he
Go
made
ahead.
2
You go.
comments. He commented
Yes,
twice.
2 of them.
You could tell him, Montique. I'll shut up.
No, go ahead. So they were trying to act
Okay.
like we
So,
were. Go ahead, Callie. Go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead.
Why do y'all need to speak?
So Nell's family's at the table. And we were talking about the kids and who they were and explaining the kids and who was Nell's kids, who was Chris' kids and all this stuff. And they were saying we were wrong, that we had the kids' names wrong. And we were not wrong.
They said Lance is the one that went to prison. Lance is the one that has the dog and owed the dog bill. And then they came back in the second comment and said, if y'all gonna review the show, know it.
Know the show. Yes, ma'am. So I said, we do know the show, but if you want to come tell us to our face, come on. We'll be on at like 5 o'clock Central Time. That's why I said, when I came in our thing, said, make sure you do Huntsville at 5 o'clock. That's why I came back and said that, because I want them to come and talk. But anyway, so Callie shows a whole video. We so petty, proving that we were right. But anyway,
I mean, so it's like, come on, it says it on the show. We didn't even have. It says Lance, and then it has his name under it. Lance. It says their names. So for somebody, I know there's a whole bunch of people out here reviewing shows. I get it, and not everybody. We don't even get everything right, but when you're gonna be bold enough to make that kind of comment on somebody, shut up. Just shut up. Okay.
Yes, honey. Okay. But they watched us, so thank you for watching. Watch again, like and subscribe. That's what I should have said. But anyway, so
because I'm normally so sweet and quiet and nice and stuff. I don't understand. Okay, bye.
All right, we're gonna let her get off camera because she's gonna laugh at that. So Lance is Nell's son. He has a company called Green Space. Alexis is Chris's son, correct? That they brought into the marriage.
Daughter.
Chris Jr.
Daughter.
And
daughter.
I'm sorry, did I say son? Daughter. Lexi is a daughter. Sorry. Please don't act like I mistreat you and treat you different than everybody else, Lexi. Don't say that about me, okay? I know you say that about your parents. So Lance didn't go to prison. That's what they were trying to say. It was Chris Jr. But they were saying we were wrong. Anyway,
their kind of dynamic is interesting. I wonder. Nell said something that made me jump to a conclusion. She was like, I hate that she feels like that, but a lot of it she get from her parent and what she thinks went down.
Right.
Or how she interprets things. So I was sitting up here thinking, was Chris married to her or dating her when they got together?
What I'm thinking is that she lived with her mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was the only one that was not in the house with the other kids.
Mm-hmm.
So her mom and Chris may have not got along. And you know how some divorced parents talk bad about the other parent. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that a lot of that was in the child's ear. And she probably felt a way about not being in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And so it probably did seem like they were treated differently because they were there. She probably didn't experience all the things because she wasn't there.
She talked about not being on vacations, which is jacked up. They should have included her.
She talked about not getting a car,
and that she was laser focused on the fact that everybody else had Mercedes and she had that $1,800 Grand Am.
Okay,
he was laser focused on that.
But you know what stuck out to me about that the most, though?
Mm-hmm.
She was making that complaint. I said, okay, so I see the troublemaker. Keke said, because you're reckless. You're reckless. That's why you reckless.
And Keke is the cousin. She's not even. She's not even
the girl's cousin. And then it's like, so you just sat here and said it's because you're reckless. And then when Keke got to saying you got the Mercedes, you got the BMW, you got the 750, whatever. Keke then said, don't point at me. Well, look, you're the one that wanted to stick your entire neck out to bring it up that she was reckless. I want to point at you just because.
But then they said that she immediately got another car like 2 months later. Now, I don't know what kind of car it was.
A $22,000 car, too.
I'm just saying, they didn't say what kind. They just said how much it cost.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
And then Keke's car is wrecked. Just so y'all see. Y'all see Keke wreck her car? Her Mercedes. So did they buy Keke a car? Keke says no, but I'm wondering.
I don't know.
Said He said it. He said 2 months later, you got a $22,000
No, that's
car.
Lexi.
No, that's
That was
Lexi.
Lexus. That was Lexus.
What Keke is the one that walked out with the white husband, right?
No, that's Lexus.
No, that's Lexi.
Oh, right.
Well,
Oh,
what do you
okay.
think about Nell calling her? Oh my God, this one girl was commenting. I think all of her comments I'm sitting here reading off. It's so sad because I agree with her. What do you think about Nell calling the lady, telling her to shut the hell up? I didn't. Okay, I didn't like
So
that.
I know. Let me set it up. So
So
she was okay. What do you think of? Let's go back all the way back. Is this normal family behavior? Like, does this happen at the tables at y'all house?
Well,
when y'all ain't seen each other all together in 6 years and you get together for the sake of trying to be a unit in front of a television camera, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. So
when you have spent the last couple of Thanksgivings and Christmas and Easter and spring breaks and Sunday dinners periodically, no, that don't happen. You could tell that, but I absolutely believe she is the problem.
You think Lexi is the problem?
Absolutely. At that big age, absolutely.
Well, Lexi did say that her dad was not a part of her life until 28. So let's just say there was some truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say there was truth.
Mm-hmm.
Then that means you got, I think he came around at 18 and then didn't get really involved until 28 or something like that. I mean, there sounds like there might be reason for her to feel that way, though.
But he said that wasn't true. Do you believe that?
No,
I think
because
no. You don't believe that's how she could have felt.
That's how she feels.
I'm not saying that she don't feel ostracized. I imagine when you're in a house and everybody lives in a house but you're going to feel ostracized, especially if they're doing well and you're not doing as well. And it appears that she wasn't doing as well, because if she's saying she got an $1,800 car and everybody else was driving Benz and Mercedes, obviously it wasn't a situation, unless it was a time when financially they weren't doing good, because that does affect children. That I've seen that in my own family, where you have an auntie that wasn't doing as well when this person was younger, but by the time the youngest sibling, they get all kind of things that they had to work double hard for. That I've seen that happen.
So this is the part, that's the picture that Marsha's talking about. Which is,
so who's in this picture?
Lexi is the one that looks the oldest to me.
So is that Lexi?
Lexi is the one with the pearls on. Kyla is the little girl in the front, and then
that's Nell.
Mama is next to Chris with that bun on her head.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to this comment. If her car only costs $1,800, she ain't get a lot of money back from a red car. Probably don't have liability. I mean, I wouldn't put full coverage on $1,800.
At best, but even if you did full coverage, probably wouldn't get, at best, even on the high end, it would have been $4,000. So I mean, they got her another car. But sometimes I do know it could have been. I'm not saying it is what it is, because anything when you're a kid and you're mentally stuck sounds like an excuse. So nothing is gonna be able to satisfy her, because that's why I say she's too old. It's no longer Nell and her father's responsibility. That's all on her, because sometimes when our parents be growing up, they just be navigating through life. They have no idea that they're messing up or they're making the wrong decisions. When you get to a point where everything trigger you and you upset all the time, and now you can't have no relationship with your father, you need some therapy.
What do you mean everything triggered her? They just talked about the car situation, and that's what she started going into it about. What else
everything triggered her. When they would say something and she would get upset, they would say this, she would counter that.
Are you talking about in general or on today's show? Because that didn't happen on this episode, did it?
Oh, okay.
It happened on this episode. She countered. No, it happened on the episode.
No, I mean, one they brought up the conversation about the Angela. They brought up the conversation about the car on the episode. What Joy is saying is she goes remembering everything that they didn't do right.
They blocked her from vacation.
Yeah, they blocked her. She named things specifically that she wasn't a part of.
And the family said why she wasn't a part of it. So that's right. And so all I'm saying is, when you're dealing with situations like this, there's probably a little bit of truth on both side. I don't think we should ever
I don't
go
argue that.
into
I said that. I
automatically
said
saying, but
it
you're
could be
saying
all
she's the
true.
problem. You are arguing it if you're saying she's the problem. You're saying she's the problem. She's
When you
obviously
get
not
to
the
a
problem because she
certain
does have a
age,
father and a
if you get
stepmother
to
here. She's not the problem. There are multiple problems.
Okay.
So look,
You can't re-raise a person. You made mistakes.
They brought up something.
Whatever they were, you
and
can't re-raise a person that's as an adult. She's an adult married. Like the only thing you can do is to make an effort either to move forward. And if every time our interactions is gonna be negative for something that I did to you 15, 20 years ago, I don't want to be around you.
Okay, yeah. So then I guess whenever they do bring up stuff from the past, you should just shut up because that's what we're talking about. They brought up one
I'm not saying that, but I'm like, you have to figure out a healthy way to have a conversation.
They brought up
if you standing over somebody accusing and pointing,
and you have now said if she's gonna do this with every single thing. My point is, it's not just all on the stepchild. It's not.
She's not a stepchild.
Mom, she is to her. Because there's no way in the world somebody who calls me their daughter is going to sit there and tell me to shut the hell up. Not as a stepchild. First of all, if I want to get in good with my husband's kids, I'm not going to be telling you to shut the hell up. I don't really care how old you are unless you've, done something deadly.
She said her mom. But I think she talks to all the kids like that. It wasn't just her. Are you saying she just talked to her like that?
Well, I'm just saying what happened today.
Because she even told that one girl, was that Lexi too? That about, she had a job. She said, do you have a job now? Like, I mean, Nell wasn't nice to none of them, to me, in my opinion. So you feel like she...
No, she's not mean to all of them. She talks to them the same way. But I'm just talking about today's situation. When she told her stepdaughter to shut the hell up. I didn't hear her tell nobody else to shut the hell up.
I think she cussed them all out too.
She wasn't soft to any of them.
Did I miss that she didn't cuss everybody out but her?
She cussed her son out. She was cursing everybody out. About that dog.
Today, that was today too?
I don't know about today.
I just missed that.
It was at the, you mean the episode we watched yesterday?
I mean the episode where she cussed her out about the car thing.
Yeah, she cussed everybody out.
I thought they did the dog conversation last week.
But it was at the same situation, Joy. I mean, Callie. It was the same sit down. She cussed them all out at the same time.
We went at the same time.
So it went at the same dinner.
I'm saying when today's episode, she was cussing out Lexi. Maybe she cussed out the son last week, and I didn't hear that today when I watched it.
But was it at the same dinner? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm talking about what happened at today's episode that I watched.
Callie basically said, she trying to say, we ain't talking about it last week because it don't fit her point. So she don't want to talk about last week.
We're talking about the son being cussed out, it would fit my point. I'm talking about Lexi. So why would Chris be a part of Lexi? What am I missing? He's the only one at the table that didn't go at her, actually. So I don't get your point, Joy.
Okay.
I don't know what we're talking about. So we just okay. All right. So she said put it together.
Lisa girl said put it together. Welcome aboard. Because me and Joy can't ever get it together. Okay.
Because she cussed everybody out. And I do feel like Nell needs to calm down. But I do feel like she's at her breaking point with these children. Like these are grown people that you are taking care of. You have worked your life.
She's a boomer.
It's time to stop.
She's a boomer. Her and her husband are boomers or were raised by boomers. They're on the tail end of either being Gen X. And I say we have ruined our children. We really have. You blessed to have a halfway decent child today because we had so many responsibilities growing up, Generation X. Y'all like for real. Like we were like really young, almost taking care of ourselves, getting brothers and sisters up, doing hair. We had a lot of responsibilities because both our parents worked and they worked to provide us a halfway decent, sometimes better, a middle-class life. And we had children and we feel like we didn't want to put all of that on our kids. I said all the time, I've ruined mine. I feel sorry for the men that raised them. Because for the men who gonna marry them,
we got it.
They can't cook. They
Right.
can't like that. I'm like, your mother was a caterer at people's wedding. Why can't you
Mm-hmm.
cook? Like it's in bed. Like my daughter be calling me about simple things. I'm like, you gonna cut up some onions? I ain't cutting up no onion. Yeah, if you don't
Right.
get you an onion and
Girl,
cut
my
up an
child today,
onion,
we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. Yes,
we
child. I
ruined.
agree.
And I was watching Nell and them, and I was like, I guarantee you that was their scenario. You listen to Chris Fletcher, they did a live with Carlos King. Both of them were hard workers. He said from the time he was 13 years old to he was 17 years old, he really did work in cotton fields.
Cotton fields. Could you
Like,
believe that?
yeah, no, in Alabama, I definitely could. Like, you pass by, if you, I mean, you ain't far from it, Montanique, but when I
Right.
go to Huntsville, we pass by cotton fields.
I just couldn't imagine him working in one though, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Not that they
And
have them.
so
Yeah.
you grow up like I'm gonna provide a good life because I don't want my kids to ever have to do this. I know how we thought because I've thought the same thing. My stepmother, I used to think we used to be on my head about stuff. Girl, I've ruined my daughter. I should have figured out a balance between it, and I
Yeah.
couldn't. I had this idea: my house, my kitchen, I could do it. Go outside and play. I've ruined my children.
Yeah, I have too. Well, I have one and I've ruined her. But yeah, so I just feel like these kids feel so entitled.
Yeah.
And them sitting at this table and they're like, you didn't give me this. Well, you gave me a BMW. Well, I got a
Yeah.
Mercedes. Well, you didn't give me this. And I'm sitting here like, what the
I bought
heck?
my own car. My first
I
car
did
I
not.
bought
Now, which I
myself.
did not.
I
But
didn't either. I didn't
I
buy
bought
my
my
first
own
two
first
cars.
car.
I did not.
Now my
But
daddy used to help me pay the note.
I,
And that's
I
only because I decided to go back to school full time. But yeah, like
my parents did everything for me until I got married. Then they was like, we're
right.
done.
Yeah, y'all,
But
I don't know what generation you in. Y'all are ruined.
but
And our
Lexi,
children are ruined.
I was sitting here and I was thinking, her poor little husband, that poor little white little husband of hers, sitting in the middle
He
of
say
that
a
mess.
word, did he?
I could not stop like feeling sorry for it. I had look white tears. If he would have cried, I would have said them white tears gonna work on me, husband, because you is in a mess right now.
He didn't say a word, not one word.
I don't know. So I do feel like I want to see their family dynamic. I did enjoy it. I really feel like people are not going to make them not want to show themselves because people already jumping to conclusions about stuff and I know it's part of reality TV, but this is like the first time I feel like we've been watching reality
Yeah,
TV that's raw, real,
yeah,
and a
yeah.
hot damn mess, and I was here for it. So, but did y'all hear
It
when
was
she went out and
definitely authentic. I
very?
definitely don't think they rehearsed that. Like
Oh no,
they, that wasn't no rehearsed scene. Like Mel with her best friend. Why you wasn't at my thing? You done asked me about 15 times. Why you wasn't at my name changing? Girl,
no,
why
that
you
was
ain't
not.
you be my best friend? Girl, shut up. You ain't got nobody else to film with.
So now okay, so I'm not we're gonna get on that later because I have a comment about that, but I'm gonna talk about it later. So the other kids, the only person that they really talked about having a job was the green space guy. And Chris
Right.
worked for him and Chris wanted some money. And I didn't understand. But hopefully the kids get it together. Did you hear when they was driving off and she said, I'm gonna set this house on fire?
Yes.
What y'all
But
think
I
she
about
did
ain't
that?
not.
crying. But she don't need therapy.
So when Lexi was driving off, she said she was gonna burn their house down. I was like, that I don't know.
She toxic.
That
I'm
was
telling
a
you, she
comment.
is the problem.
I didn't like that comment. I'm like,
She is
girl,
the problem. Like she has been resenting. She resents them. And I have been the only kid that didn't live with my mother. And
really?
I'm not gonna say it didn't bother me as a kid.
But
Probably it's not. I became grateful for it when I got a little older.
I was about to
Mhm.
say, yeah, but it affected you differently based on our
Yes,
conversations.
it I was so grateful, and I understood that as a teenager.
And we
And when
understand
I
why you're
say
Team
older, I ain't
Martell.
talking 30. I was a teenager and was like, oh, okay. Like God had his hands on me. He had his hands on me.
Paige and Dr. Francis, they're gonna be in family therapy, Dr. Francis. Just give us a
Right.
second.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so we enjoyed that scene. We spent a lot of time on them. Okay. Poor
Well, I
little
think they
husband.
could be they could be either their own show or take over a pretty good part of that show. What
Oh,
do y'all
they're
think?
gonna take over. I think they're gonna take over.
Very
Somebody.
much.
Somebody's leaving. I don't know who it is, but somebody leaving.
You think
And it may
Tisha
be
more so than would? You know that they are
Mhm.
really saying like this is really true about Marcel. I just can't see sexual energy from him.
I can, hot and sweaty. I see it.
Ugh.
I do.
Like they really are saying, like people are like, whoever this guy is. You remember? What did I read that in the group? Whoever this guy is who claimed to have been there, he claiming that he didn't see it personally or something, but he heard all of them.
Mhm.
What did he say? Say it. What was it?
He
So-
said he
go ahead.
didn't see it, but he was told that all three of them were in there. Marcel was only looking. He
At the-
just was at the two girls doing what they was doing. He didn't.
But where was
partake.
he
That's
at?
what he said.
Explain where he was at, because y'all
In
just
the
said
back
him.
of Black. In
And
the
it's called
back
the
of
boom
Black.
boom room,
In
right?
the boom and boom room. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
We just want to make sure we put it all out there.
Wait a minute.
Allegedly.
It's a boom boom room in the back.
Yes.
Yes, there's a boom boom room.
Yes. there is.
Allegedly.
So
in the back of Black.
if Tisha was Tisha
Mm.
and she knows that the boom boom room don't exist because she physically works there, then she would know it's a lie. And on the other end, if there is a room that people could claim to be the boom boom room,
Well.
then she knows that it's true.
Well, here's what we do know. There is more than one room at Black. Okay.
But I mean, she works there. She's there.
She's also working at the real estate agent where he put her out at. I mean, so she ain't always there. She works down at a different office. Remember that Black.
I'm not
where there's the
talking
cigar
about whether or
smoke and all
not
that.
my point is, if a room exists, that even if it's a blank room with nothing in it but a couch, you know, she knows that room exists.
Yes.
And you know, there's a difference of saying I got 4 offices in my building and all of them got desks and chairs and it's somebody's office. So there is no extra room. That's what I'm trying to say.
Joy,
and
you
what
can do
I'm
it on the
saying
desk.
is that it doesn't have to be an extra room. That office could be that boom boom room.
That
with the
office could,
boom
you can
and
do it
boom.
on the desk. Bill Clinton, everyone, wasn't he in the Oval Office
But
in the desk?
why would
they
he
keep
say?
the buttons at the desk
But
and
why would he
everything to lock the
say?
door.
You don't think he would say in Marcel's office versus a boom boom room?
Yeah, they
No.
say it's a room where people go and they can rent it out. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Oh well, then I don't know.
This story to me, every time I hear
gotta
a
know that there's a
it's
boom boom.
more and more ridiculous. So Marcel is so hot that 2 girls
That don't
want
matter,
him
Joy.
sexually at the same time go back in this man's business, have relations together, and these are allegedly 2 stylists, right?
What's that mean? You ain't never seen a stylist that ain't cute?
So the 2 stylists getting it on in the back of this room, and
you're doubting that, or
when
what
he's
you
watching.
Do you think that these girls don't do that nowadays, Joy?
I hope like adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcel.
Well,
Marcel
is not, and Marcel is not an ugly dog.
I don't think he's ugly at all. I'm not saying that
somebody
he's ugly
for no other reason than he's on a TV show where he is lying about making all this money, or maybe I don't know. He's on a TV show. He's out here with this Lamborghini. He's got the Hotel Marriott up here that he's building, even though he's getting sued. The man is famous in some ways to many people. They look at him and they get to singing that song, "Make Me Wet, Make Me Hotter." Make me hotter. Make me lose my breath. Make me water. Yes, Marcel.
Not Marcel though. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think it could happen.
That's my next.
Why not? It's not far fetched. Girls, Joy, you need to come in 2023.
Yes, I mean,
I don't know how
no
young
money. That's the issue. That's the part that I don't think you all
and don't know.
We don't have
You think we don't know that? You think we don't know that?
his house don't say that.
Well,
If
his
girls can
house
kiss
and
Flavor Flav, they will make out in front of
his
Marcel.
apartment
And
says
it
because
ain't
he
no
has
way
a
you
silver
gonna convince
stove and a
me
white
somebody
washing machine
who
and dryer.
has a refrigerator that's white, of
I just said that.
a dishwasher that's stainless steel, and a microwave that's black got money.
And but Tisha is also not going to believe that he wants her to live there alone while he's at the house, but she does. I mean,
I don't know how we got on this. We finna move on.
I don't either.
All right, so we're gonna talk about Stormi real quick and Courtney. I think Courtney is very, very sweet. And I know I said I would marry him when we did Marry Shaq Kill, because that was very cute. That little conversation. He hired Junior back. What do y'all think about him hiring Junior back?
I don't think they ever really
fired him. He was already back when they
we did. We knew it.
Time. Yeah, they said
that's fine.
Because he was on that live.
He was on the live.
Yeah, when that lady was tripping at Stormi's shop at her warehouse. Stormi
Black
went live, and he was there. Junior was there.
He was there. Junior been working there. They saying that she did that scene just for the show.
Probably
that was just so she could have a moment.
Yeah. Did y'all see Stormi's live last night with her singing?
No, but you put it on.
I saw your clip.
I saw your clip, and I did not want to watch it. So I have a question. They said that their company was $40 million. Was that before 2022 when they almost lost it all, or is that now? I couldn't get a gauge on.
It sounds like he saved it. The new COO, since they came in June 2022 or whatever, that's when they noticed what was really happening. He saved it. And so now they are a $40 million company.
Okay, so now it's $40 million. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure that out. Oh, so they're saying before.
Before? Okay. I don't know.
I was thinking before too, but I don't. But Angela's thinking now. See, it was okay. So everybody's confused. I couldn't understand that. Let's see what else. I think that was it. Do you think that she can get Keke and Tiff? I mean, it's gonna be next week. Okay. But why is she so invested? Do you think?
She just needs something to talk about.
No.
I'm gonna send you this picture real quick.
Mercedes, somebody Mercedes, honey.
Who did?
No.
Keke. When she went over Stormi house, she pulled up in somebody Mercedes.
Okay. Let's see.
But they real shady because you could tell it was been in an accident because the roof don't sit on the car. It was real shady. It was real shady.
Oh Lord! So Martell is finally moved out. Are we happy?
I guess. Ain't no way you gonna convince me that wasn't no storyline for the Fletchers, because ain't nobody mad.
You don't think Martell would do that?
I mean, I can't believe he would be that. His arrogance is unbelievable.
But he said it, Joy, because I wrote it down. He said, I'm not gonna let them. I'm not moving out until I find a new place. I don't care. I'm not gonna be inconvenienced, because if I ain't got a new place, I ain't moving. And I'm sitting here like, Negro, as Joy say, please.
He really? Crazy. When he was I can't even defend it.
She said Martell moved out in the middle of the night, hiding from asset recovery.
Right.
And Martez was there. I'm happy that Martez was there. What did you see, Callie?
Well, I'm not through with it, but I just wanted y'all to see that because it's one of my posts. But all I have to say is, seriously, look at Tiffany. When did she turn into the brat? She came over there.
Are we going to this now? Do y'all want to go to this now? So I'm trying to keep up. Are we done with Martell?
You go with whatever you.
Okay, so we done with Martell. We ain't gonna talk about his eye surgery. Let's move on. All right. So
why is he having eye surgery? Well, wait a minute. Before we do, did he say he's having eye surgery because he has bags?
He said he is having eye surgery to remove the bags under his eyes. Y'all remember when y'all were talking about the Expo? I done said Expo. I'm sorry, Tisha.
You know what?
Expo.
At the Expo. When y'all was talking about he looked, or was it on? When y'all talking about
when he was puffy? When he was Sheree was both puffy.
Right. So do you think, is this out of order? Did he have the This was after the Expo, right?
I don't even remember what happened
Because I'm
first.
wondering, because I didn't never really notice his eyes until that time.
Well, I didn't notice charades until that time either, so I don't know that has anything. I don't know. What do you think, Joy? I know you noticed.
Joe, yeah, tell us about Martell. You know about what he
I've
looked like.
never noticed.
Okay, you haven't
I never
either.
noticed.
Okay, I
I
hadn't
haven't
either.
noticed. But I know that there is something that you can do besides put a hemorrhoid medicine on it.
Yeah,
Um,
Hemorrhoid on you
yeah.
can.
It gets the puffiness, hemorrhoid
yes,
medicine, or cucumbers.
it for whatever reason
Cucumbers I've heard
draws
of.
it up.
Oh, they're saying
But
he
it
got Botox. Okay.
That was the
not on his
surgery.
eyes.
Yeah, you can get Botox
Well,
right
you
here.
get Botox on your eyes, but
Yeah,
so when he said he's having surgery, I think he just meant he's going to get Botox,
I don't think
well,
so.
he
You
said he
don't
was
have.
removing his bags.
and he wouldn't be able to do Which well, okay,
I'm so
I got them
mad.
too though, but I ain't never thought about surgically removing
Me
them.
either. We gonna see what he looked like after.
I can't remember that it was a comedian lady, a white lady. Hers was like so pronounced. She did have some kind of surgery. She's the lady that's married to George Stephanopoulos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, hers was like really, really bad.
Were
Oh,
they?
it was. Oh, girl, yeah.
Martell
I
looking
used to
Yeah.
rough.
watch The View,
Yeah,
and
she was
on
on
The
the view.
View, she
Mm-hmm.
she was like a regular substitute person. She actually
Mm-hmm.
tried out, but they didn't hire her. She's funny too. She would have been good on the show. Um. Anyway, her eyes were so bad. That's why I thought she didn't get the
Really?
job. I had never seen a case so pronounced. And she said she didn't even know.
Wow.
She was on another show talking about it. She said she didn't even notice until somebody pointed it out to her. I was like, girl,
But
how
I
can you
don't
not
think
see that?
Martell's are bad though. I mean, unless I hadn't
I
paid
hadn't
it.
even noticed on his eyes. I
Yeah.
don't be staring at him like that. I don't know why y'all think I like that
But we
man.
thought you
Yeah.
did. We
Well,
thought maybe
well,
if
wouldn't it be
anybody
a trip
know, you
though?
would know.
He's
Martell
not
was
a
doing Botox with Sheree, and both of
Wouldn't it
theirs
be
was
a
bad.
trip?
oh
Wouldn't it
girl,
be a trip if
hers
he
looked
did
like
have
she got
surgery and
beat
it
up.
messed up his good looks?
Who?
Cause you, Martell.
Oh,
Martell,
so Martell was sitting in there with glasses on.
yeah, he had
So
glasses on.
I mean, just think about that though, because Martell's good looking to me. I think a lot of people think he's good looking. I have not seen a video other than a show of Martell since June, right? Since about
Mhm,
June. What
mhm.
if, you how these girls can go out here and get bad surgery, they come out looking like a cat? What if Marcel he gets eye surgery and it messes up his naturally good looks? That would be a
But he
travesty
was
because he
just
ain't gonna.
well, they was just
Well,
making
he
gingerbread
was at the
houses.
game with the girlfriend though, but we didn't see
Yeah,
his
we
whole
didn't look at him
face.
then either. Did we look
But
at
I
him
Okay,
mean,
then?
well,
he whatever this was, he been had it. We've seen him on lives with
Yeah.
Ariana since then.
oh, we did see him Halloween. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
So
Halloween making up the
And they went somewhere, like a couple of places. Like
let me go find that.
I think they went to
yeah,
like
go look at the picture.
a
Right.
basketball game, maybe or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, they was
that
at a
was a
basketball
couple of
game.
nights ago.
And they
Yeah.
done zoomed in on her coleslaw had a cold sore, and people done zoomed in. I'm like,
Did
leave
they
the
have
girl
They
a?
alone.
sure
Oh
did.
my
They
God, I
did.
didn't
I
know
noticed
that.
that.
People are
Child.
so wrong. He looked worn down. You think so? I don't know. All right. So anyway, we're gonna talk about Mel's friend Brittany. So Joy said this was scripted. Why did you think it was scripted, Joy?
It didn't feel authentic. It definitely didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel like two girlfriends trying to chat her up to do whatever. It felt like, girl, I got to film with somebody. Please, girl, come film with me. Make you $5,000, and I'm gonna bring up the issue that you weren't in that thing. That you weren't at my party. Like it just didn't feel authentic. And I don't, I really don't like that because this is one of the more authentic talk shows.
Well,
Um,
okay, that's what I was gonna say. Brittany's her best friend, and I think another reason she brought her home was because Martell claims Melly ain't got no friends. So she done brought up two people that she's been friends with for a while.
Oh, you're right.
So this
You
is
right.
what
And
I
she
know.
did
That's why
kept emphasizing that they've been friends since they
for a
was
long,
it.
yeah,
You know
for
what?
a long.
I ain't even think about. You
See,
right.
Joe, I said it was coming.
Yeah,
Y'all know I be
yeah,
watching. Okay, I be
yeah. You
watching.
right. They do be tripping off each other. He probably. I wouldn't be surprised if Mel said something about the bags under his eyes. That's why he gets surgery. Like
They
they
do
do
that kind of
feed
stuff.
off each other like
They
a
do.
lot. Like if like for real, she changed her whole name only on paper to not change it on social media to
Well,
still
you
go
can't.
buy it.
I want to talk about this. So
That just sounds
Kelly,
so crazy.
no, let me tell you, Kelly from the OC, she was verified. When she got married, she changed her name to her new husband's name. She lost her verification. You cannot, when you're verified, you have to go through a process. It takes a minute, and it depends on how popular you are, how fast it will happen. So I'm believing that she is going through
But
this
I
process.
mean,
You
When
can't.
Kenya left Mark for real, she changed her so quick in a hurry. That's how we knew when they were
But
like
she may
really
be more
going through
popular
the book.
than
She's
Mel.
more.
You
I
can
mean,
Google it
come
because
on
I
now.
Googled it.
Especially then.
You
Especially then.
yeah.
Joy.
So it takes a minute, and she wants to keep her verification.
Girl,
That's
this
the only
was
reason.
you act like this is done in real time. We all knew that this was
Well,
happening. We
Google it. I'm just
talking.
telling you, it takes a
No,
minute.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying in real. This isn't a real time TV show. This was filmed in the spring. She still ain't verified. She ain't changed it yet.
Maybe
Well, how
Twitter
long does
hadn't
it
changed it
take?
yet. They
I
have to
mean,
change it. She don't change it.
why
You
you
have to
want
put.
that to be true,
Do you want me
Joy?
to? I'm gonna send you the paper. I'm gonna send you the steps. There's steps that you go through, and
Yeah,
they change it. You do not.
well, we can visit this same conversation a whole year from now. It's still gonna be
Well,
wrong.
that's when we'll do it. Let's see if
Yeah,
it
I
happens.
mean, because until
Like, give
then,
her some
it's
time.
just so
Like,
weird.
Kelly lost her and it's important to stay verified because you get paid more. When we get verified, I ain't changing that up if we fall out. Okay, we just gonna be. I'm keeping it for a while. So it just takes a minute. Um, and she changed it legally. Well, okay, so dang, simply she's verified. They have power. They do. See, you know it too, girl, because I Googled. You can Google it. Um, you have to wait. So she said it too. I went Google, but Kelly lost hers. I don't know if she's verified again or not though. Um, but she was very upset when she lost it. Okay, let's see. What do y'all think about her dating? Do you think that they're going to start because they kind of emphasize dating? Do you think
I thought
next?
she was on live like a couple of months ago talking about that she feels good, that she with a good man, that Martell ain't never made her
Well, she said it
climax.
didn't work out. Did you not watch the scene?
She don't know. It's Mel. She's only listening for
She
the not so
said that it
positive
didn't work
stuff.
out. She said she's dated a few times,
And Joy
and I
looked like
feel
she's
like
giggling without trying to show her lips.
she's not. Come on, comment, Cheryl. Come on. She already addressed that issue. I didn't know she had addressed it. I Googled it myself about the changing. But I
Y'all know
think
y'all be making up so many excuses for this girl.
it's not
Y'all
an it's the truth.
yes,
Just because
okay.
you don't like her don't mean it's not true.
I don't
If you're
dislike her. I
verified,
don't know
you
why
can't
y'all
change
keep
your name.
That's why
I
you
didn't
blocked
hear
her
her
and
say
called.
that. I Googled it and I'll send you the information if you don't believe me. I actually Googled, I didn't know Mel gave a rats, but what y'all thought about because I wouldn't even have addressed it. But and she does make up excuses for Martell all the time. But anyway, I think Martell and Mel are different. When they date, she don't show the person. Martell will show every woman he's going to date to prove that he got
we
somebody.
ain't seen nobody he was dating except the two.
Well, Ariane,
I
who else
mean,
has he dated?
Ariana,
Ariane, I mean, y'all
Sheree,
outed
It's
that girl.
right.
Y'all went and found that girl.
all of them.
Y'all
Don't
went and
be
found that
talking
girl.
front
I
like
didn't find
blocking stuff.
nobody.
Who else? What?
I
Y'all
think
went and
Mel
found
doesn't
that
show.
girl. This girl didn't come out. It wasn't a
Come out.
situation. The only person that we know that he was dating for real is Sheree.
How do we know that was for real? Belinda's wasn't for real?
No, I'm talking about came out as a couple though. Even if it was fake, I ain't talking about whether or not the relationship was real. I was like, that's the only person.
You didn't let me
that-
finish my
They didn't-
sentence, so you
Yeah,
don't know what I was
of
going
course
to say.
not. Okay, go ahead on, Monty.
I'm gonna just hush.
Go ahead on. Belinda.
I
mean,
just
we've
feel like
seen
Mel
people.
doesn't have to put somebody on camera when she's dating them to say she has a date. But he wants people to see him with a woman. To him, I
Who?
think having a woman, because he shouldn't have going on Atlanta was not a good look for him. That was probably the worst move Martell could have done, because it made people now on another platform see him as a cheater, see him as a person with a whole bunch of drama. Like that, he got nothing good from that. I mean, even have you watched the BravoCon panel with Atlanta? Just watch it. Even the people, they even brought him up there about he was a cheater. He cheated on his wife. Why did you date him? Do y'all still talk? Like he brought more negative attention to himself. And I don't know why he does it. So I just feel like they're different. Like if her relationship's gonna last, she's gonna wait to bring them on camera. That's what I'm thinking. Don't know if it's true, but that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
So
Joy, when you say who, I think so. When we say Belinda, Sheree, Coleslaw, etc., you want to see somebody we don't know about.
We've never seen Martell with Belinda.
Yes, we have. They cooked together. What do you mean?
That I don't ever remember them coming out as a couple.
Well, him and Sheree didn't either, but they were together.
I mean, the only person that I specifically remember him bringing out so-called as a couple, or at least presenting it, would be because even like if you want to keep it 100, like for real, he ain't came out and said anything about Coleslaw.
Well, we know that, and we've known that.
But that's what I'm saying. The only person I've ever
has his kids around them, Joy.
Only
his kids have been around Sheree. And he has it on camera. He makes sure to let you know.
Belinda has babysat them.
He had his kids around Belinda.
I mean, we haven't seen any of that.
Yes, we have. Belinda had them on Mother's Day in a reel with them together. And Mr. Ray went out to eat with the kids. It was on Instagram. And
I know that, but I'm just, what does that have to do with you say this is my friend and you keep it moving?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think that you're right.
Keep around your children. That works for me. All right.
I ain't had to do that. I've been married to the same man for 26 years. Both my children are his.
But Mel's not showing that. Even if her kids are meeting these people, which we don't know, she's not showing that.
Okay.
That's the difference. It's like I thought she had a man. Maybe she talked about him, but we didn't see him and they didn't make it. And you want to know, it's not a big deal because we won't even know who he is. Like she's making waves.
Or if he was real. You're right.
So you're trying to say that there's some ugly ass women on this world, on this earth, who got men. When I said it about Zell, Kenya, Mel, it gets on my nerves.
Nothing about nobody being ugly.
These women who are beautiful, accomplished, can't get no man. When Big Bird down the street got one, and she treat her husband like shit. Come on now, it makes no sense to me. None.
Sure.
I don't know why people do that to women.
Do what to women?
Like if she got one, why she gotta lie?
Why she gotta bring some? I don't understand. I just don't understand how an adult woman in this day and age would talk about a man to really diss another man if you ain't willing to show that man.
Talking about she didn't suck his penis like this other girl did.
Joy.
Come on now. He put her.
That didn't happen.
He never said that. We were kind of assuming.
No, he
said it.
She do the damn thing. She satisfied me more.
He said she don't satisfy me. We always are assuming that's what it was.
God.
That's the reason why she wanted.
They didn't talk about fellatio on the reunion.
About excuses.
Yeah, that's Joy.
He pitted these women against each other. That was he pitted these women against each other and they didn't even realize it. They hadn't even realized it yet. Because they could have been a force to take him down.
But they don't want to. They like something about him, I guess. Joy likes him. That's why she does. That's why Belinda is
got to. Because ain't no way I could take up for that. Even in the live with Chris Fletcher, when he talked about his infidelity, his main thing was it was nothing that she did.
Yeah.
It was the people I was hanging around. It was nothing that my wife did. But Martell gonna blame everybody but Martell. Everybody but him.
I absolutely believe his infidelity was his fault. I don't know where you get that from.
Oh,
It
you
was
do?
still
You think he's at fault for something? Oh, I thought you
always
Well,
believed
you
that.
know
said
good
it
and
was
well
his
you
fault.
said the
Yes.
reason he cheated is because
It was still
Melody
a
had a
choice. He
job,
made a
because
decision.
Melody didn't have enough sex with him and blow
I
off.
never said that.
Yes, you did, because she didn't
Joy.
clean up the house. You
Well,
know that
that's
he
you
took care of
all
them kids
misinterpreting
because
what
she
I
was in
said.
the
I've
bed and he
always
got her
said that.
breakfast.
Matter of fact, I can almost hear myself repeating what I've said several times. Martell had a choice. At some point, he had a choice. He may not have felt like he may have thought cheating was the best one for him, but he made a choice because he also had the option to walk away from that marriage.
What
He
have you
may have
said
been,
about Mel?
huh?
What have you said about Melody?
There's a whole bunch of other things to be said about her, but Martell is 100% at fault for making that decision. I
This is
never
the
said
first time.
that it wasn't her, but I
I
do
never
Oh,
also
you
said
have
that.
said
recognize.
that.
I
You and I
also
have had our
recognize
best
that there is
arguments
a
with you
series
saying
of
that.
events that happen
Ooh.
before a man decides. Usually, before a man makes the decision to cheat.
And
I've
some of
never
those
said that it was
events
her
could be
fault.
me telling you you don't give me enough blowjobs, and if you don't listen, I have the right to cheat. You've
And
not ever
nobody
felt
said
that?
nothing about nobody having a right. Why are you misinterpreting what I'm saying? Because that's not what I'm saying.
Well, if you said it, there's no other way to really misinterpret it.
I didn't know. You're
You
making up
did.
Joy,
stuff.
you
I'm not.
have
You're
made
gonna
it
go
seem
and
like
play
it was
the
her fault
show.
on
What do you
several
mean?
occasions.
You're
I've
making
never
up.
said that it was
Okay.
her fault that man made a
You
decision
said
to
it
go
was
out and
her
cheat.
fault. You
I
also said it
said
was her fault
I
for wanting
recognize
to
that
have a
in a
career.
marriage,
Am I on
You didn't
camera?
say
in a
that either.
I recognize in a marriage
Joy,
that
that's why the
there
world
are a
loves
series
coming and
of
hearing you talk
events
about Martell
that
because you're
could
so
very well
delusional with it.
impact a man making that decision. Now, it
Okay.
don't always have anything to do with the series
Montique,
of
I'm done.
events. It could be a series of events that have nothing to do with the other woman. It could be you just want to be greedy because you got everything that you need at home. You just making a decision to dibble here or there. I'm not arguing. I never said that him cheating was her fault. I just recognize there are a series of events. And I also recognize that if you're in a marriage and your husband come to you and tell you, I'm feeling X, Y, and Z, that is a man that has some self-awareness and he has an ability to communicate. Most don't. So if you got a guy that tells you I'm feeling this way about X, Y, and Z, I think you have decisions to make. You can try to, because my thing is this. As a woman, if I go to my husband and I'm telling you, babe, I need this, I'm only gonna beg you so many times before I go seek you somewhere
So
else.
you think she never went to him and said, Martell, I need this?
I
And he
have
didn't
no
give it to her. She
idea.
didn't
We
cheat.
have no
She
idea.
didn't cheat. Yes, she did.
She
She said
never
there's
made
things
those
she
complaints.
did say it. She said there's things that you do that I want you to do for me and you ain't never done them. She said, I want you to talk dirty to me.
Well, I don't know how to do that.
Like she said things too, but she never was like, I'm just gonna go cheat because you didn't do that for me. Like just because somebody
I
doesn't
didn't
do
say
something
that gives
for
an
you.
excuse. I'm just saying I recognize.
But you always
what this
emphasize that like it
means.
makes a difference.
No,
That's
I
in
don't
any
think. I think
relationship.
it's unhealthy to think from
That's
one
in
perspective.
any relationship
Period.
that you ain't gonna never 100% fulfill somebody. You're gonna always fall short. Come on,
I mean, you're gonna fall shorter if you only thinking
I'm
that
gonna tell you,
you're right.
Nobody's perfect.
That you did
Nobody's
everything.
perfect.
You're also gonna fall short if you think you did everything right in a relationship and
Who
a
said
situation
that, though?
ended. And because you did
Who
everything
said
right
that?
and you doing what you supposed to
But
do
who
in
said
every
that, though?
aspect, but my husband still cheated on me. You're working in your next relationship. You're working in a deficit because you think you got everything together.
Who
And
said that, though?
it's okay.
I don't get it. I ain't never heard say I ain't done nothing wrong in this relationship. Never.
I think we're both seeing the extremes of both of our conversations because even when I'm saying I think you all are viewing it in an extreme, you're viewing it in an extreme.
I'm viewing it from what you're saying.
Oh, of course,
Absolutely.
You're viewing it from how you're taking it.
No, exactly the words that are coming out of your mouth. Because I'm gonna say this: you said, "Ain't no way a woman gonna say something about another man or put another man down." When he did that the entire relationship. You said that about Mel. You said she talked about having another man to try to put Martell down. He allowed this girl to dog his wife on repeatedly repeatedly. He allowed and kept going back. He let her, I mean, it was so many things that he did to her. And you saying this one thing that she said about another man just made you feel like ain't no way she would do that. Like you just see
I
everything
don't
she
even know what
does.
you're talking about.
Want me to roll it back? Because we can
I'm
roll
just
it back.
like, I don't understand the context of the
The
conversation
concept
because
is
when
that you see
cause,
everything
'cause I
she does to the extreme, but he did far more than that. But only thing you can put,
I'm
ain't
not
no way
saying
that a
that.
woman can
I
say that
never.
about a man. She just made this man up so she can put him against another man. He put Arion against Mel every chance he could. And you ain't never down him for that. Ever. I never heard you say nothing bad
I,
about that.
it's not that. He's not responsible for her silly behavior. If
He
it was
should have
him,
left
I would
her ass
agree with you.
alone. If you can't
Then
be a
say
side
that's what
chick
you
and
felt like
respect my
she should have
damn
did.
wife,
He's not
then you need to
responsible
leave
for
that
another
side chick
grown
alone.
woman. And
The
what
way he
she
could have
decides
handled
to
her
put on
behavior was
social
to
media.
leave her alone. Leave the damn childish
I
girl
mean, I can
alone.
understand if it was him doing
Oh
that.
my god.
What
Okay.
else happened on
I'm
the
moving
show
on.
that we might be missing?
I don't know, cause that's crazy.
I know. Um.
All right.
All right. So we got
Y'all know,
the Fletchers done, and we got Alexi, and we know that Alexi
You
is.
can tell it's a filler scenes because that conversation that they had at her job. Remember when he came in by the package?
Uh-huh.
You could tell. I said, "Boy, they really trying to fill in this." It's like that. It was a filler scene. It
what
wasn't
was?
even necessary.
When Chris was at the babysitter
Yeah,
talking to
Oh,
Mel
but
about the
it was a
situation.
filler scene. It wasn't.
well,
It didn't
there was
even
something
move.
that was said that I didn't. What did they say? Oh, when she said you should charge your kids interest when you do a payment plan. Do
Yeah.
y'all agree
That
with
was
that? I
funny.
wrote that. I don't agree with that. Do y'all agree with
No, I mean I wouldn't
that?
do that
Okay.
to my kid, but I would not take it if she wanted to give it to me either. I mean, if a kid wants to be, look, mom, I know I said I was gonna be 3 years, it took 5, here's a little extra. That's cool, but no, I wouldn't force that. I
That was the
think
only
it's
thing I
great.
got from that scene.
Yeah, I think it's great, honestly, because I think it's great that they're even able to help everybody get a car as adults. I mean, if you think about it. And Chris was telling her no, and she did it anyway, according to her. I think that's great. And if they can do that, then no, why charge them interest? You bought them the whole car. Let's just look, mama, you keep doing it. I'm going to keep enjoying it, I guess. I don't know.
All right,
Gave
let's see
them
where we. Okay,
kids
let's get to set it off. Tiffany and her set it off braids. Okay, so that's what I got.
Okay.
We didn't do the little buddy. What did y'all think about her calling Martell little buddy? I thought that was the funniest shit. When they showed her dragging little buddy, I laughed. Anyway, uh, let's see. What do y'all think? Okay, so do you think that Stormi? I think because she had a friend that went through this addiction. That's why they're kind of having her partner with Keke a little bit and trying to explain the sweating and all of that. What did y'all think about that? Do you think they addressed her sweating in a nice way, or was it shady?
I don't think they had to address it at all. I mean, because we didn't know she was sweating as much as she was. All she said was, "Let me take off the jacket," and then she brought it up herself. And Stormi kind of looked like, "Oh, okay." Stormi didn't make it an issue, so I don't really think she needed to bring that up at all. She might be just kind of pointing out what she thinks is obvious to us when we're the audience. We don't see everything that's going on. We can't tell she's sweating as hard as she obviously was.
Well, she always had a fan.
She did. I never noticed that. See,
Really?
Did she really?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't notice her having a fan. Mm-mm.
And when I initially saw that, I would have attributed it to going through the change more than anything.
Yeah. Or Alabama, you said
know,
it's hot there, like the Alabama heat.
yeah. Well,
So
it ain't. I don't know what. Yeah, it's hot down there.
yeah, it's hot because
Humid,
it be
and
hot
it's humid.
here,
Mhm.
and they lower than us. All right. So Tiffany, why is she bringing the baby?
They ain't got no
Tiffany
center.
walk in looking like the brat to me. Tiffany ready, okay?
I said set it
But-
off. So you said the bread.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show the picture. Alicia Keys. It's either Set It Off or Alicia Keys.
Set It
I
Off
thought
or
she looks
Alicia
pretty with
Keys.
the braids. Let me show
She
it.
did look
Kelly.
pretty, but when I first saw her, I thought, now when did she turn into the brat? I think Stormi, because Stormi told her before, and that video I sent y'all in the message, that's something I was trying to make a funny TikTok. It ain't turned funny yet though. But when I first saw her walk in, after her conversation with Stormi told her, the way you talk, I mean, I can see Keke actually fighting you. Remember she said something like that? I think she said enough to Tiffany to make Tiffany think, well, let me at least put on like some Tisha type clothes to make it look like I'm about that life, right? So she went online or something, pulled up she looked like she's ready for whatever might happen. Okay. And
That's why I said
mad.
Set It Off, because we gonna say, what's the motherfucking procedure when you got a gun to your head? I was like, that's what she looked like. She looked like Set It Off. I was mad. What else? Did they say anything, or did she just walk in? Because I couldn't remember.
Tiffany didn't say anything. Yeah,
she just walked in.
Yeah,
she was
Stormi
like, what was up with her? She said, oh, she got the baby.
Yeah, she did. She did. She looked like leave it up to her to bring the baby, because that way I can't knock her out.
Got the baby. Right.
Okay, so then they show previews. The only thing I wrote is, oh, Chris was crying. Did y'all see that?
Yes. Oh, I thought, oh my goodness. Right, because Miss Fletcher said she hadn't heard from the kids as much. So Chris Jr.
We did not put
Demisio
in here. Where is Demisio? Oh my God. Sorry, D.
Oh, Demisio and probably left town at 6:28.
We got so into it. We can't get into it no more because I lose my
didn't know he did. He was in Huntsville. He do Huntsville?
Because I asked, he said he wanted to do Huntsville. Oh, Lord.
Did he? Oh, my goodness, Montique. It's on you.
It's on me this time.
Yeah, it's on you. But anyway, what was we saying? I don't even know.
I don't know. I feel bad. Oh, Chris was crying. Well, I hate that him and his kids. I guess it's hard. I'm the only child. I only have one child, so I don't know about the dynamic of having favorite kids and all of that. But I don't understand how parents divide it.
Well, here's the problem for me. I am one of 5. My mom had 5 kids, but I was the youngest and only girl, so I was spoiled and I knew it. Okay, and so there was never an issue for me. There just wasn't. I don't know. I can only imagine that, because how old is Chris Jr.? Is he 28 too? 20? No, because he's in his 20s. He's younger than Lexi. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lexi and Lance were a month old.
It's what do you do at that age? Now, at that age, I was married when I was 23. You know what I mean? So it seems like sometimes when we were growing up versus when these kids today, it's so different. I wasn't confused at that age. I kind of knew where I was going. I was also divorced by the time I was 30. So obviously I was confused about something, but I didn't need to sit and wait and ask mama for something at that age. If I needed to, I could have, but I just didn't need to. So it's kind of,
I didn't need.
I don't know. It's a different situation. I wish I had her now, but she's passed on. We need our parents for life in general. So it broke my heart to hear him crying.
But Joy, you have 2 kids. So how do you make sure that they don't feel favoritism? Like, what do you do?
It's funny. I've asked them, do you think I have a favorite? Which I think is funny. Both of them say each other.
Yeah, so but they're 10 years apart.
Okay. Yeah, both of them say I like the other more. I'd be like, what?
How far apart in age are they?
They're 8 years apart.
Okay.
So sometimes it could be the way the kids are seeing it.
Yeah, it's based off perception. I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, if you, even in my own house growing up, if I had asked my mom who did I think was her favorite, I would say my sister was, only because of something she said. But she told me once, I don't know if she was trying to soup my head up, that I give her peace. like sometimes that you have kids and they're doing different things. Like I don't ask my mama for nothing. I don't. You know what I mean? When she calls me, I'm not in I'm never in crisis mode.
So you're the child she don't have to worry about. She ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah. So she was just like, the relationships are different. So one appears to almost need you more.
That's what it is. So I just think it's just a different dynamic in your child's personality. So I mean, I don't know if the Fletchers have a favorite kid, but it seemed like they treated them all the same. They're gonna cuss them out. So I was just like, they cussing everybody out. Do y'all want to talk about the Fletchers interview with Carlos at all? Was anything that stood out?
I watched it.
I enjoyed it. I really think I'm gonna like them if they do become full-time cast members.
I enjoyed it too. She wanted to continue talking about that affair, didn't she? So she could, she can make her point known that we don't want to do the blowjobs forever. Let's just be honest about it. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Like, speak for yourself.
Did you see that she went over to the lady house and beat the lady up?
Girl, Mel said she beat that lady up. Mel, I don't know. Ariana and Mel could beat each other up. So maybe Mel just didn't want to fight. She might didn't grow up like Nell did, but Nell looked like she fought all her life. Like she was, all my life I had to fight because she went and beat that lady up.
And she said she was embarrassed. Why are we embarrassed by other people's behavior? That's why I don't flex on my marriage. When Mel said she was embarrassed by it.
Yeah,
and I said, that's why Nell. That's why I don't flex on my marriage, because I always say it's conditional and it's based off somebody else's behavior. I'm a strong believer in that, because I don't have unconditional love. I ain't gonna even front like I do. Because if you mistreat me, I'm gone. So I come with conditions.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I do feel like she felt like people were like, we were the it couple. People thought we were perfect, and I did see a couple that I thought was so perfect before, and I was like, dang, man. And then they ended up getting divorced. We found out he treated her bad. So you can't look into somebody's house and, because on Facebook everybody's perfect. Relationship.
I go back to the first episode of Huntsville. The conversation was, we're the power couple. Everybody says we're the perfect couple. Because that was in the first episode. Like, it's hard to live up to that. That's why I always have to remind my daughter, she's 15. I have to remind her, you know how many pictures people take on Instagram before they post that one?
Girl,
like everything that you see on the internet is not real. It's just not real. It's filtered. It's not real.
It's that Insta thought that, and these girls are living up to these expectations of these Insta thoughts.
And I heard somebody say, and people are competing against people they don't even know.
Around the world. That's hard. We didn't have that. My daughter just did a paper on that. Like, not only do you have to look at the people around you, but people around the world. Yeah. And you compare yourself to these people. Yeah. That's a hard life to live. It just is a hard life to live.
This social media is really dangerous, for real.
It is. Anything else? I'm going to bring Tori in. Do we have anything else before we bring people in? I think Cheryl left, Joy. I think you triggered her anxiety.
Right. Dee probably left too.
Dee's, I need to text him. Joy and me got into it. Dee, it's her fault. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, y'all ran some people away. So
Cheryl left.
It ain't right.
Only people I ran away is people who think from one end. I tend to think for both. I really do. Y'all don't think from one end.
No, you don't, Joy.
I have to, because y'all come from another end. Y'all always
that
come
means you're thinking from one end.
I mean, regarding male. We can't all be on here bashing men.
See what Joy got to say now.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why they come, because they know good well. Joy gonna say something crazy.
I keep Joy burnt in my brain. Even when I'm watching certain stuff, like a show that we talking about, and I see something, I be like, oh, what Joy got to say about that? That's the first thing.
Yeah, tricky.
And when it comes to Martell,
we do value your opinion.
When it comes to Martell,
we really do. It's very strong.
Yeah, we like your opinion, Joy.
We value.
Yeah,
I just think all y'all come from a woman's
you
point
don't
of view.
always remember what you say, because you definitely.
And I'm a woman, but I just have obviously very masculine thoughts. It's what y'all.
Yeah, I just want to
me of.
My heart went out to Chris' daughter Lexi. So
Mine too.
much to the point it made me get and tell my step family, even though I know things wasn't always good and things weren't always bad. But I told them thank you for making me feel included, for always not making me feel like I was the stepchild, and just making me just treat me as family. Period. It made me really go to them and say, my heart went out to her. It felt so. I just felt so bad. I don't think she's lying at all.
Who? Y'all
It
done
blew
went and
my
found
mind
that
when Nell was
girl.
like,
Who?
it
Who? No,
blew.
she's talking about her life.
Oh.
No, I was talking about me. It made me. I'm a part
Oh, Joy said you
of a
didn't say.
stepchild. I'm a stepchild as well, and it just
Yeah.
made me tell my step family thank you for not mistreating me and including me. You know, because it could have been days where I could have been mistreated. You know, because that was my brother family. You know, that's not my dad or my family. That was my brother's family. But hell, they always treated me good, so I can't complain. I want to say thank you for including me. But it blew my mind when Nell was like, "I told you don't invite her anyway." That blew my mind because at the end of the day, that's still his
Mm-hmm.
child. So
Thank
therefore,
you.
she's gonna get invited whether it's negative or positive. So that right there let me know when Nell said that everything that girl was saying was true.
Yep.
I was very disgusted with Nell,
So
but
was I.
also I'm excited for the Fletchers. This is something that I feel like we need on the show. It's very real. It's giving me non-scripted, so I'm kind of excited and looking forward to more of the Fletchers. But at the same time, Nell, I done learned just from this episode and last week episode that Nell lacks accountability, and she's definitely not in tune with herself or the things or aware of the things she does. Example, when her and Chris was in that office talking or whatever, and he was trying to explain to her how the kids was feeling, what they
Mm-hmm.
meant by it, she twisted the whole thing around and basically made it seem like it was Chris and the kids, and she didn't take no accountability to anything. So I was like,
Whatsoever.
did it go over her head? And I got to ask y'all because I was drunk a little bit watching it. But what the hell was up with Nell eyebrow? Oh
Nell's
my God.
eyebrows. I didn't notice them.
You ain't hear her say she
Girl,
was a little drunk when she was like,
I heard that part.
girl, go back and look at that when they in that office talking and when they show her in that confessional and then look, it's good in the confessional, but when they not out, I don't know. Baby,
Look, I
what in
gotta
the
get mine
eyebrows is going
threaded
on?
Monday before I can talk about anybody else's right now. So somebody else talk.
Well,
I
I
I'm
don't
going
never
even
Monday.
do
noticed the
eyebrows.
difference.
As y'all can see, that's my little fake eyebrow right there. Okay. So I'm the last
Mm-hmm.
person to be talking about a person's eyebrows. But at the end of the day, baby,
Were
I
they
don't know what
bad?
the hell that is we was looking at because that was weird to
Oh, I
me.
gotta
It
go
I
was
look.
don't know if
weird.
y'all noticed it, but it was definitely weird. Another question I got to ask: who is these Scots that y'all talking about? Have they ever been on the show?
So you didn't miss them?
Exactly.
I mean,
Who
y'all
are
see,
they?
did y'all see the numbers? Because
Who
TV Deets
are
did
they?
publish them. The numbers have gone down from, well, I don't know about yesterday's episode or, yeah, Saturday's, but they went down last week.
By how many?
Who is the
About.
But
Scots?
people
Who
didn't
are
even know
they?
they weren't gonna be on there. And then what's so
Thank
crazy
you.
is Martell. Oh, I didn't show it. Reese put a thing. He wasn't even on the episode. Talking about thank y'all for making us trend tonight. Well, you weren't even
That what
on
he
the
said.
episode. I'm gonna send it to y'all. I forgot.
They must have had to do that to get some money from not being on the show. Mm.
I
Because
also agree
neither
with
of
you,
the
Joy, when
Scots
you
are on the
said that
show. I think they are being punished, though.
You think so? I don't know.
Because Kimmy ain't talking about it either. They wanted to make this a storyline.
mm,
Well,
He said,
I
"Asking you
mean,
shall
it is what
receive."
it
Thank
is.
you.
Well, I said this. Why not make that a storyline instead of you coming up making this storyline talking about you thinking you pregnant? Because first of all, ain't nobody following that up. Ain't nobody believing that. Put that shit back on shelf and let it get dusty. Okay?
It worked for Melissa on New Jersey.
No, it
It
didn't.
ain't gonna
You
work for
told me it
Tisha.
didn't work.
And I believe
It did.
Martha
I ain't heard about it.
came up with this situation with Tisha to tell her to do this. And she's willing to do it because she thinking maybe that'll get all the heat off her husband. And people think maybe she's doing something. Girl, but ain't nobody think that about you or none of that. So they shouldn't even bring that on. Ain't nobody want to see that.
I hope that's like a 5-second scene. Because if they make that a big thing like they be making Kimmy's coochie, I'm gonna be mad.
And
I'm
I'm
tired of
happy.
hearing
I
about
think
her
the
coochie.
reason why they showed that clip with Big Luda, I think the
Not
producers
Luda.
was gonna put them out anyway. So that's their way of letting them bow out gracefully. You know, by
Yeah.
saying I don't think this reality is for us. No, you bowing out gracefully because you're gonna get fired anyway. The Fletchers, that's why they brought the Fletchers on. We're done with y'all and we want the Fletchers.
Yep.
Bye, bye, bye.
I agree with that.
Joy, now I must say, Callie and Mo was telling you, and they was right. Because we
It's
have so many
amazing when
episodes
Hold on.
y'all be
where you
trying to
have
go
literally
against me and
said
y'all mics
it
go
is
out.
Mel's fault
I love it.
because Mel did not listen to what her husband was saying and wanted, far as his needs and what she was not doing as a wife. You have said that so many times. So they was correct about that, and you're wrong about that because that's not Mel's fault. As far as Brittany and Mel, yeah, that was scripted and that was really a waste of time. I didn't even understand that episode.
You didn't want to hear
Honestly.
about international vagina?
Really no, because if she ain't gonna show us a man she dating, why should we care about it?
Right. Don't talk about your. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I said I
just
wanted
wanna
this
be
to set
honest.
up for her to get like a dating show. I feel like Mel is very strategic, and I feel like
That's
is she
what I
trying to get like
wondered too.
is she trying
Is
to get
she
a
the
dating
next
show
Bachelorette or whatever?
or something?
How the
Yeah,
show
I feel
goes?
like she's very strategic. But yeah,
Would
But
y'all
also, I
watch that
believe
show?
I wouldn't watch no Flavor of Love male edition.
I mean, I don't think they would do Flavor of Love, but
Oh,
now
okay.
I
Well,
watched
long
the
as
OWN
new Flavor
does
Love, but she
have
ain't
like
that was
OWN does have like a what is it called?
is it the Love
I
Is
wrote
Blind? No.
not Love is Blind. They do have a dating show with Tommy.
Oh,
Remember it
oh, yeah.
crossed
What is it
over?
called?
all Ready to Love.
Yeah,
Ready to
Ready to
Love.
Love.
Yeah, I think I would. I
They
don't watch
it
Ready.
would. I mean, if you think about Peacock has taken a chance to have something similar, it wouldn't be a bad look if you had other celebrities that were interested, even if they were semi-celebrities.
Because she's having Mail in the City. And I don't know if it's going to be on her Nubian channel or I don't know what it is. But she's been promoting this Mail in the City. So I'm thinking, is she doing some kind of. Mel is very strategic. I know. I'm thinking some dating kind of thing is about to happen. I really do.
Well, also, I
Lord.
agree with Callie too. Kiki did not need to explain about the sweating. Okay, Kiki been sweating since the time she came on the show with the fans and all kind of
Yes.
stuff. Like,
She's been having
I
that
don't
thing.
know if she was going through the change.
I thought maybe she was sweating because she walked up all them stairs to go with
Oh,
it.
girl, me too. I would have been
know?
sweating up them stairs. Yeah.
I mean,
Was
so
that's
I
not
understand
Stormy's
why she
kitchen,
explained it,
by the
but
way? Is that her
sometimes it's
side
just
house
better
or something?
I think that was
unsaid.
a set like a mother's, what they call it, mother-in-law suite. You know how rich people
Yeah,
had that?
something like
I think
that.
that's what
Yeah.
that was. Yeah. I ain't got one of them, but
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, it's almost 7 and we got to watch Potomac. So
And my last
anything else?
thing is this, and this is for Team Martell, and y'all about to be mad.
No, we gonna be
Mel
like
need to
Martell.
mind her own goddamn business instead of worrying about Martell and Mel's situation, worrying about his Mel cheated and all that. She seemed like she got enough situation going on at home. She need to be fixing before she be getting to somebody else. It remind me of that old school song. Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine.
Well,
That's the
I
end.
think a lot of counselors probably have, because she said she counsels people. They have to have counselors too, because they lives be crazy. So I'm thinking
She
she
don't
needs to.
seem like she has the temperament of a counselor.
I don't. Yeah, I think it may be just with
Yeah.
her family, because I hope she ain't like that with them kids.
Yeah, because she
She
don't
calling
have the
herself a
temperament.
counselor because people come to her probably for
Yes.
advice, and a lot of people look up to her and
Mm.
take her advice as something. But I can't see Nell being a counselor the way She's very impatient, how loud she is with all that yelling. And I'm the last person to be talking about loud and yelling. Okay. But yeah.
No.
But yeah, she do a little bit too much. And I'm gonna need Chris to grow a pair of balls a little bit. Just
Well,
a
they
little
gotta
bit.
balance each other out. Two people can't be the same in any
Yeah, that's
relationship.
true.
No,
Mhm.
ma'am. They won't make
But
it.
that's it. That's
Okay,
all I
anything?
wanted to say.
Well, anybody? Okay. Well, that was a good show. We was a little over more than I wanted to be, but I think it's Joy my fault because we kind of got, in our little thing that we do every now and then.
Not me. That was you. That was tripping.
Oh yeah, it was me.
Yeah,
Accountability.
Mo,
Oh,
that was
where's the accountability?
you, but Joy with the selective amnesia.
Right. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Blame it on
The
me. Say
real
it's my fault.
voice.
Have you Chrisette Michelle? Cue Chrisette Michelle, blame it on me. That's my song. Anyway, if y'all don't know it, listen to it. Here is our StreamYard. No, what is this called? Our QR code. We will be back tomorrow about the same time to do Potomac and Married to Medicine. The week of Thanksgiving, we will be on maybe that Tuesday because we're gonna be eating and we're gonna have a elastic pants on. So that Monday we might can't, be ready. We're gonna be eating. So anything else, ladies?
Mm-mm.
I don't know where Callie went, so I'm gonna just say she gonna say Callie gone. Y'all ready to piece it out?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's end this.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you,
Peace,
Tori.
toodles.